am excited to be here again on this program, Career Guide, on Glorious Vision Television. And as you know, I am Samuel Maradesa. I'm your counselor on this program. If this is your first time of watching this program, I would like to tell you that you're welcome to the program. It's a program that helps you develop yourself. Yes, whatever you want to do in life, starting from your academic journey, starting from your career choice and what you want to do with your life, and even it extends to the point of you advancing in your careers. Things you need to do when you want to advance in your career or you want to make some career alternate decisions. This program will help you. So that is why it is called Career Guide. Yes, it guides you in your career and to become a better person in life. So on this program, we have various conversations, discussions that has to do with your academics, that has to do with your self-development, that has to do with self-discovery and career development. So I want to appreciate every one of you that reached out to me last week. Yes, after last week's episode, it was really interesting receiving so much messages and appreciation notes from you and questions that we were able to deal with even offline. It's really interesting. So we're back again for another exciting moment. So if you're just sitting alone, you can call your neighbor, call your friends, call your children. Yes, call those young ones around you. Let them be seated to follow today's discussion because it's going to be very, very interesting and exciting. Yes, I have the topic developing emotional resilience to talk about today. So today's topic is titled Developing Emotional Resilience. Yes, when we talk about emotional resilience, emotional resilience is when we talk about resilience is the ability to come back, bounce back. Something, a setback has happened, failure has happened. Then you are saying that, no, I'm not going to give up. I am going to stand again. So emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back from stress, challenges, and difficult situations. It is the ability to bounce back. That means the thing has happened, you have been battered, you have been bruised, you have been beaten down, but you're just not giving up. And you are saying that I can stand up again. I can come back again. I can gather my life, gather the pieces of my shattered dreams, hopes, and expectation, gather the pieces of the challenges that I am going through, and I am ready to move on with life. So it is the ability to bounce back from stress, from challenges, and also from difficult situations. That is what we call emotional resilience. So I want us to understand something. When we're talking about emotional resilience, it is not about avoiding difficulties. Yes, because some people would say, okay, since challenges will come, I want to be emotionally resilient, so let me avoid the difficulties. No, there's another thing we have to talk about when it comes to avoiding challenging situations or difficulties. But emotional resilience is not just about avoiding difficulties, but it is about how you face them and quickly recover from them when they eventually happen. So, how you face difficulties, how you face challenges, how you bounce back and recover from them when they eventually happen. Yes, life is with ups and downs. Yes, we are going to experience ups and downs in life, challenging situations, difficult situations, setbacks, failures, disappointments, experiences that are not pleasant. We will definitely experience them in life. That is the total package of life. But your ability to now say that I am not going to give up, I am not going to throw in the towel, I'm not going to say no, I'm not doing again. Your ability to say, let me dust myself from the dust that I am in, let me pick myself up and start all over again, or to start from where I stopped. That is what we call emotional resilience. So, and it is important for every single one of us to develop emotional resilience, because life will happen. Unpleasant situations will happen. Things you do not plan for that are not so good will definitely happen. And it is now your responsibility to be able to be ready to stand up again when you are beaten down by life. That is what we call emotional resilience. So when we have explained what emotional resilience is, the next I will be doing for the rest of this minute, the minute we have for this program today, is to be sharing with you how you can develop emotional resilience. How to develop emotional resilience. Number one principle of developing emotional resilience. I believe you know what it means now. Then how do you develop emotional resilience? Number one is for you to shift your mindset. Shift your mindset. Some people, their mindsets, the way they picture themselves, especially when unpleasant situations happen to them, they picture themselves, they begin to see themselves as a failure. They begin to see themselves as a victim. They begin to see themselves that I know there is no good thing that can come out of my life. I know I've even been expecting this negative experience. That is the way they have configured their mindsets, seeing themselves as a total failure. And they begin to see themselves that, oh, this failure, it has come and it has come to stay. In fact, when we're talking about emotional resilience, it could also be needed. It is also very much needed when you experience life's loss. Yes, maybe you lose a job, you lose a child, you lose a spouse, you lose a relationship or someone very dear to your heart. Yes, you should be emotionally resilient so that you will be able to bounce back and recover from that setback. So, and how do you do this? Like I said, you should be able to shift your mind from the shift your mindset. So then you are now shifting your mindset from being the victim, from being a failure, to looking at it from a different perspective, saying that, okay, this challenge has come. I have failed here. I have experienced this loss. Then what lesson can I bring out of this? Yes, when you start thinking in that direction, thinking in the direction and with the mindset of saying that, what has this taught me? What have I learned from this experience? Then it makes you shift your mindset from being the victim, from being a failure, to being someone who is open to learning from life's experiences. You're now shifting yourself from that victim and no good can come from me mentality to a mentality of hope, a mentality of growth, a mentality of an opportunity to learn. And that is what everyone should possess. That is when you are able to shift your mindset to program your mind to the right way, to the right way to think, then you are making yourself ready to grow from that setback and to bounce back to start life all over again. So shift your mindset. Number two way to develop emotional resilience. Number two way to develop emotional resilience is you should be self-aware. You should be self-aware. Daniel Goleman, in his very good work that talks about emotional intelligence, he said one of the things that characterizes emotional intelligence has to do with self-awareness. Your ability to understand yourself, your ability to be able to stand outside of yourself and be able to read and understand your emotions, your ability to be able to know what triggers certain emotions in you, and the ability to be able to identify when that emotion outburst is about to come. You know that there is a red alert, an alarm that is trying to blare when this certain situation happens. That is, you are being self-aware. So if you want to develop emotional resilience, you should be self-aware. And it has to do with your ability to understand your emotions. You should be able to know when, we're not saying here that because you have experienced setback, you should not feel bad, or you should not feel sad, or those certain negative emotions should not come over you. It is natural and psychological that when we experience certain unpleasant events, we tend to release some negative emotions. It is normal for everybody. But what makes you to be someone that is that is in the right awareness zone, that understands him or herself, is that you are able to identify the emotions that you are feeling. You know, one good thing about psychology and one good thing about self-understanding is that when you are able to identify emotions per time, you are able to tell yourself that now I am angry. At that point, that means that that anger is under your control. But when you are angry and you just lose all sense of reasoning and all sense of caution, and nobody can talk to you, you don't even know what you're doing, then that anger is the one controlling you. That emotion is the one controlling you. But if you want to develop emotional resilience, you should be able to understand your emotions. And understanding them means that you should be able to name each of the emotions that run through you per time. Oh, this moment I am sad. And why am I sad? It is because of this thing that happened. It's because of the way he spoke to me. It is because of the job I just lost. It is because of the deal that did not pull through. It is because of this particular setback. I failed this exam. That is why I am feeling this way. So you understand that emotion. Then you are at the verge of having resilience, emotional resilience. And beyond understanding your emotion, the next is for you to even to be able to identify the triggers. Oh, this is the cause of it. Oh, when I find myself in certain situation of this kind of this nature, I tend to react in this way. You are able to understand yourself and understand your emotions, understand the triggers for your emotion. Then you are someone who is emotionally resilient. That is number 2 way to develop emotional resilience. Identify, be self-aware. Then number 3 that helps you develop emotional resilience. The third point that will enable you to develop emotional resilience is for you to practice self-compassion. Practice self-compassion. Self-compassion is your ability to love yourself irrespective of what has happened or what is going on. Of a truth, you made some terrible mistakes and it led to the failure. It led to things going awry as it had gone. But you are able to be compassionate to yourself. You should not just only love your neighbor, as the Bible says that you should be able to also love them as much as you, as well as you also love yourself. So be compassionate. And how do you do this? Number 1, if you want to be emotionally resilient, you forgive yourself. Yes, you made that decision that went out badly. You should be able to forgive yourself. Then you should also be able to treat yourself with kindness. Remember, we're talking about practice self-compassion as one of the ways that can help you develop emotional resilience. So you should be able to treat yourself with kindness. oh, I did it and what I did wasn't so good enough. Be kind towards yourself. Yeah, you should be able to forgive yourself. And you should also be able to admit that everyone faces a certain level of struggles at each point in their lives. Yes, we all face struggles. We all have our moments of disappointment. We all have our moments of failures. We all have our down moments. And that is the reality of our being as human. We are not perfect. Neither is life going to be smooth for every one of us. So if you are going through that down moment at this period in your life, then if you want to be emotionally resilient, you should be able to know that this is just my own period of gloominess. Then there is another period that I have to come out and experience the sunshine coming upon me. So it will help you to be able to bounce back. Remember, emotional resilience has to do with your ability to bounce back from the challenge that you are going through. Another point that helps you develop emotional resilience. Another point that helps you develop emotional resilience is you should develop a good support network. Yes, develop a good support network or support system. If you want to get out of that bad experience and bad feeling that you're currently having this moment or that you would eventually have, you should be able to surround yourself with people that will encourage you. Yes, you want to become better. You want to get out of that mood. You want to get out of that disappointment. You want to get out of that kicking yourself down because of the decisions you have made. And you want to be emotionally resilient. You should be able to have people around you, people who are encouragers, people who will encourage you. You should not have people that will always pull you down, people that will always try to tear you apart, that will say, hey, did we not warn you? Did we not say that it will happen? Were you blind? Were you foolish when you were making that decision? Those set of people will truly pull you down, and they will not let life become easier for you. But when you have the right set of people around you, you want to get off that emotions, and that is why they will come around and they will encourage you. So you should have people that are encouragers, and also have around you those who will help you find meaning in the midst of your troubles. The people that will help you find meaning in the midst of your troubles. They will come around and tell you that, well, God, everything works together for the good of those that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. They will tell you things that will show you the true meaning from what you are experiencing. And those are the people that will help you develop emotional resilience. Another way to develop emotional resilience is for you to be flexible. Be flexible. Being flexible means that you are ready to accept change. You are not denying the obvious. You are not saying, no, this cannot happen. This should not happen. Why is it me that it is happening to? You should be flexible. And when we talk about flexibility or embracing change, it means that of a truth, you have lost the job. Yes, the job is no longer there. Then you should accept it easily. You should accept it as soon as possible. So that you are now saying that, okay, you have to adjust your lifestyle. You have to adjust yourself in a way that you know that there is a change that has happened to you. If it is a relationship you have lost, you don't continue to live in the way that you have been living when you were in that relationship. You have to be able to adjust to the reality of the changes that has happened or that will eventually happen to you. Be flexible to it. Accept the present reality and seek for ways in which you are going to adjust and adapt to the situation at hand. So when you are ready to, okay, this has happened, this door has been closed, then how do I live without this door? How do I live without this opportunity? That will help you become better. That is one good way to develop emotional resilience. The next way to develop emotional resilience is by you staying physically healthy. stay physically healthy. So not because, a lot of people, when they face some unpleasant situations in life, it will affect their overall existence. They will not eat well. They will not go out to meet people. They will not even exercise. Some will turn to binge eaters. Some will turn to people that starve themselves. Some will turn to, they will not even expose themselves to sunlight because of one relationship. You are now saying that you're not going to do anything. You're not going to work out again. You're not going to exercise. You're not going to eat healthily. Those things will not help you. You should be able to stay physically healthy. Your emotions should not affect your physical being and existence. It should not. You should be equally active because you want to get out of it. But when you get up and about, when you are getting under the sun, doing things, getting involved, getting engaged with activities, you tend to forget about the past experience. Then you tend to stand up again in life and start living a better life. So that's another way. For some of you, what you are going through now, what you need to do is to dress up, and get out. Yes, you dress up, you get up, and you get out. Don't just stay in the room and say, I am going to stay indoors all through and cry all through. It will not help you. Eat good food. Exercise well. Do things that will stretch your mind. Do things that will also stretch your mental acumen. Those are the things that will help you develop emotional resilience. Another thing that will help you develop emotional resilience is by strengthening your problem-solving skills. The problem has happened. The challenge, the setback has happened. Then why don't you sit down and be conscious and intentional by saying that I must prefer solution to this problem. I must look for another way to live my life in the face of this challenge. Yes, you have lost an arm, you have lost a part of you. Then you should be able to say that, then how can I still survive even in the face of this new development? It is new, but it is unpleasant. Yes, then you should start stretching your mind by thinking about what can I do? How can I adjust? How can I adapt? How can I walk in the reality of the times that is happening? Strengthen your problem-solving skill. Focus on finding solutions and don't stop until you do. Yes, you should keep focusing on, let me find a solution to this problem. Let me find something that I have to do that will help me overcome this problem. And when you focus on that kind of experience, and you tell yourself that I'm not going to stop until I get out of this challenge. I'm not going to stop until I make this situation, turn it around to become good, because God says that everything works together for the good. And when it says everything works together for good, it is not only the good that works together for our good. The bad, the unpleasant, the ugly also work together. Then you are deliberate and intentional in seeking for the good even out of the bad. So your problem-solving skills should be, at this point, top-notch and always looking for a way to provide solution to the problem. And tell yourself, I'm not going to stop until I find a solution to this problem. So I have spoken to us today about developing emotional resilience. I know you're going through life's difficult challenges. I know you're going through your toughest moment in life. But I tell you, that is not the end of life for you. That shouldn't be the end of things for you. It shouldn't take away your shine. It shouldn't take away your sense of excitement and sense of the reason for you to live. Viktor Frankl, in his book, In Search of Meaning, where he developed the theory of logotherapy, he was experiencing the toughest moment any man on earth could experience in the period of the Holocaust. And he had to search for the meaning. He developed emotional resilience. He said where he was in his, should we call it a jail, in the place he was, that people were being killed every single day. You cannot be sure that this day they will not kill you. He sought for meaning in life, and it developed logotherapy. And it's a very important theory that psychologists have been using to help people find meaning in life. So you too, there is a meaning for you in life, irrespective of what you're going through. So you should be emotionally resilient in order for you to be able to actualize that dream that God has assigned for you. It's a pause in your life. It is not a full stop, and it is not the end of your story. There are more things you can write in the story of your life, but the truth is that what you should write, what you can write, is left to you, how you have decided to live your life. So this is how far we can go on this program for today, where we have discussed emotional resilience and how we can develop it. I'm so excited you followed all through till the very end, and I know you may have one or so questions that you can raise to me in the through the numbers you're seeing on the screen. You're seeing the number, you're seeing the email address. Send it to me, send the details to me. I will be very much available to respond to you. However, till we meet again same time next week, do have a wonderful day. God bless you, and bye for now.